La Yasha'Allah, which means to Israel. I imagine it's like time. I imagine, which means to stand. Upanyakudam, which means to face the east. All right? Salat. All right, we are going to get into the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. All right, the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Abanawa, Shabbat Shemayim, Kodash, Hayah, Shakah, Yahweh, Malakwata, Taba'a, Rakzaka, Hayah, Asha, Barakaza, Kawak, Hayah, Bashemayim, Nathan, Lanawa, Lakam, Call, Yawam, Wasalakanawa, Kabawatnawa, Kasalaknawa, Kabawat Yanawa, Wala'a, Taba'ayana, Vanasaya 1, Abal, Hawashaynawa, Mayan, Ra, Kaya, Lakat, Hamalakwa, Wa'al, Watapara, La Awalami, Aman. In the English, our Father which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, Yahweh, thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us of our debts, as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory forever. So be it. Amen. All right. Slaki, y'all. Slaki, y'all. All right. The cock, the power in the Hebrew. Yahweh, Vashem Yahushai, Bakashai, the thunder now, the cock, Larpa'ah, Kamakala, called by the Wak, Kak, Latahar, Hamakazari, the cock, the Hakim, Hamaki, the cock, Arakawat, Hatama'ala, the Garshin, Vashem Yahushai, the Waraman, the power in the English. Yahweh, in the name of Yahushai, please give us the power to heal all manner of sickness and all manner of disease, the power to cleanse the lepers, the power to raise the dead, the power against unclean spirits, to cast them out. In the name of Yahushai, thank you, so be it. Bless Israel in the Hebrew. Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Barak Lanawa, Wayasha'Allah, Wahabayah, Sapari, Barak, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Tawara Aman. Bless Israel in the English. What we just said was, Lord, in the name of Yahushai, bless us in Yasha'Allah in the school. In the name of Yahushai, thank you, so be it. Psalms 121 in the Hebrew. Asha'a, Ayanya, Ahariya, Ma'ayan, Yaba'a, Azariya, Ma'ayin, Yahweh, Aisha, Shemayim, Warakasa, Ayathan, Lamawat, Regalka, Ayalawam, Shamarka, Hana, La'a, Yanawam, Wala'a, Yayashan, Shawamar, Yasha'ala, Yahweh, Shamarka, Yahweh, Zalka, Ayah, Yamyak, Yawamam, Hashemas, La'a, Yakaka, Wayarak, Balayala, Yahweh, Yashamarka, Makara, Yashamar, Akapashka, Yahweh, Yashamar, Sata'aka, Wabawaka, Mayatha, Wa'ai, Awalam. In the English, I will lift up my eyes unto the hills, from whence cometh my help coming from the Lord, which made heaven and earth. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. Behold, he that keepeth Yasha'Allah shall neither slumber nor sleep. The Lord is thy keeper. The Lord is thy shade upon thy right hand. The sun shall not smite thee by day, nor the moon by night. The Lord shall preserve thee from all evil. He shall preserve thy soul. The Lord shall preserve thy going out and thy coming in, from this time forth and even forevermore. Psalms 83 in the Hebrew. Alahayim, Adam Yalaka, Atakorash, Wa'ata Shakwa, Al Kayahana, Awapika, Yahama Yawan, Ra'as, Al Amaka, Yarayamu, Sawata, Wayata Yatazawa, out of the Pawanyuka, Amaru, Lakawa, Munakaki Magoya, Wala Aya Zakar, Shamya Sha'ala, Iwala, Kaya, Nawat Hazawa, Laba, Yakatwa, Auyuka, Barayak, Yakarakwa, Ahoy, Adawan, Vaya Shama Alayam, Mawa Ala, Wagari, Kabal, Wamawan, Wamalak, Halashat, Amya Shabia, Tazawu, Gamashawa, Nalawa, Imam, Hayawa, Zarwa, Labanya, Lawat, Salah, Ashalahum, Kamadian, Kasayasa Ra'a, Kayabin, Banako, Koyashwan, Nashimatwa, Bayanda Oro, Hayawa, Daman, La Adama, Shathamwa, Nada, Ya Mawa, Kaira, Ukazapa, Ukatazo Manai, Karnasi Kamwa, Asho, Amaru, Narisha, Nanawa, Naawa, Alahaya, Shathamwa, Kagovan, Kakwats, Lapanya Ravaka, Ka'ach, Kabiria Iro, Wa Kalaba, Dalahat, Harian, Khan, Darkatma, Basaraka, Wabasu, Wapaka, Dalahum, Mala'a, Panyahum, Kalawan, Vayapakashwa, Shaka, Yahawa, Yabashwa, Panyapsa, Yabashwa, Vayapahova, Ayai, Vayakapar, Vaya Abadu, Vaya Iowa, Kaya Afa, Shaka, Yahawa, Labaka, Al Yawan, Al Kaharatasa. Psalms 83 in the English. Keep not thy silence, O Yahweh. Hold not thy peace and be not still, O Yahweh. For lo, thy enemies make a tumult. Shabbat. And they that hate thee are lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, come and let us cut them off for being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee, the tabernacles of Edom, and the Israelites, of Moab, and Hagarenes, Cabal, and Ammon, and Amalek, the Philistines, the habitants of Tyre. Ashur also is joined with them. They have hope in the children of Lot, Salah, yours to them as unto the Midianites, as to Sisera, as to Jabin, at the brook Kisan, which perished at Endor. They became as dung for the earth, make them numerous like a rib, and like Zeb, yea, all the princes as the Bach, and as the Munah, who said, let us take to ourselves the houses of Yahweh in possession, O my power, make them like a wheel, as a stubble before the wind, as the fire burneth the wood, and as the flames of the mountains are fire. So persecute them with thy tempest, and make them afraid with thy storm. Fill their faces with shame, that they may seek thy name, O Lord. Let them be confounded in trouble forever, yea. Let them be put to shame and perish, that men may know that thou, whose name alone is Yahweh, art the most high over all the earth. I am Shukite power structures. Blessed are you, Yahweh, King of heaven and earth and all things living. Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai, listen to us now, right now. Send evils and curses and punishment and destruction to the heathen that speak against us, thy prophets, the teachers, the princes, the priests, the Israelite brothers, and the school. Send evils and curses and punishment and destruction to the heathen, and shake loose the treasure of the rich of Israel that refuse to give to the school. Force their riches to enter thy sanctuary. Send evils and curses and punishment and destruction to the Edomites and the nations and the drug dealers, the court system, the prison system, Planned Parenthood, all the governments of our enemies, Amalek synagogues and armies, Roman Catholic Church, the Pope, Islam, Christianity, Egyptology, militia, Ku Klux Klan, Aryan Nation, skinheads, Positivism, the gay movement, the lesbian movement, spies, workers of witchcraft, NASA space programs, Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, Wall Street, open up the internet and the airwaves, the cable access channels, and the radio channels. Convict the spirit of any of thy people that seek to stop us and bring swift destruction to all the heathen that stand in the way, or try to stop us from broadcasting your words throughout the planet Earth. Let loose all the plagues, cause them to go to and fro through the earth and consume them. Let the place hit the house of the thief and the murderer. Let Yahweh Shai, Michael, and Gabriel come down with flying saucers and punish all the heathens that come up against us as we speak thy word. Cause this to be known by all that is the angels that have done it. Cause this to be spread through the media throughout the whole world. Cause them to shake at thy coming. In the name of Yahweh Shai, thank you always, so be it. All right, sorry. Which means to turn. All right. All right, you're shopping, which means to be seated. All right. All right. All right. All right, first, I do want to say Shalom, Yahweh Shemi Al-Shai Barakatah to the brothers, Shalom Yahweh Shamar, Allah Shemi Al-Shai to the sisters, all right? I am priest and officer 5000, Maccabia, out of ISUK, Minnesota, otherwise known as the Twin Cities. Of course, every Saturday we have what is called a Sabbath service, and this is a service meaning that we are going over ancient, culture. It's very ancient. It's very traditional. It is within the Israelite culture. If you are a so-called Negro, African American, a so-called Hispanic, Latino, Latina, North American Indian, or Native Indian, this is for you, all right? This is a Sabbath service where we go over our original language, which is ancient Paleo-Hebrew, our native tongue, okay? Our original language. Besides English, besides Portuguese, Spanish, French, patois, things of that sort. All right, because as you know, throughout, like when you look at the Bible, what you're going to find is that we had a language, that we had a culture, and we also had a nation that we belonged to. We were 12 tribes, which we still are today, and we belong to a nation, the nation of Israel. And within this culture, we always studied our language, all right, which is the ancient Paleo-Hebrew. So today we are going to go over Leviticus chapter 8 through 24. Chapter 8, verse 24, all the way going to chapter 10, verse 12, all right? And if anybody has any questions or concerns, you can type it into the chat, and I'll go ahead and get to it as soon as possible, all right? Otherwise, we are going to get into the Hebrew of this book, okay? Let me see something. Shalak, give me 1 second here. Okay. Okay. All right. So, Salaki, give me 1 second here. So with that being said, we are going to get into the Hebrew of this of the book of Leviticus, and then we are going to get into the English to break it down. All right. So once again, if anybody has any questions or concerns, you can type it into the chat. Otherwise, let's go ahead and get right to it. Okay. All right, let me get right to it. So last week, just to recap, last week we had went over how we had went over again sacrifices and what different types of sacrifices look like. And the greatest example was with Aaron and his sons, because there was a feast type of sacrifice that was going on to pretty much, welcome Aaron and his sons into priesthood. All right? Because we are reading in the book of Leviticus, which is about the laws and about the priesthood, about the Levites. All right? And we are going to read more about that to get some understanding. So let's go ahead and waste no time and get straight to it. We left off at Leviticus chapter 8, verse 24. All right, and we are going to read 7 verses in the Hebrew. All right, this is Leviticus chapter 8, verse 24. Wayakara, Banya, Aharon, Wayathan, Mashah, Man, Hadam, Al, Tanawak, Azanan, Haya, Haya Manath. Wa'al. Vahan. Yadam. Haya Manyath. Wa'al. Vahan. Regalium. Haya Mayam. Sorry. Haya Mayath. Wazarak. Mashah. Ath. Hadam. Al. Hamazabak. Sabiyah. Verse 25. Wayakwak. Ath. Hakalab. Wa'ath. Ha'aya. Wa'ath. Kol. Hakalab. Ashar. Al. Hakarab. Wa'ath. Hatharach. Hakabar. Wa'ath. Shakya. Hakaya. Wa'ath. Kalaban. Wa'ath. Shawak. Hayamayan. Verse 26. Wamasal. Hamatazawath. Ashar. Lapanya. Yahweh. Laquat. Kalath. Matazah. Akath. Akath. Wakalath. Lakam. Shaman. Athath. Akath. Warakyak. Akkad. Wayasham. Al. Hakalabium. Wa'al. Shawak. Haya Mayan. Verse 27. Wayathan. Ath. Kalal. So like Hakal. Al. Kapya. Aharon. Wa'al. Kapya. Banyawa. Wayanak. Atham. Tanawapa. Lapanya. Yahweh. Verse 28. Wayakwak. Mashah. Atham. Ma'al. Kap Yahan. Wayakwatar. Hamazabak. Al. Salahi. Ha'ila. Ha'ila. Mala'ayim. Hum. Lariyak. Nayakak. Ashah. Hawa'ah. Layahawa. Verse 29. Wayakwak. Mashah. Ath. Hakazah. Waya Nayapawa. The Nawapa. Lapanya. Yahweh. Mayol. Ha Malayam. Lamashah. Haya. It's like Haya. Lamana. Kashar. Tazawa. Yahweh. Ah. Mashah. Verse 30, last verse. Wayakwak. Mashah. Mashaman. Ha Mashaka. Waman. Hadam. Ashar. Al. Hamazabak. Wayazah. Al. Aharon, Al, Bagad Yawa, Wa'al, Bunyawa, Wa'al, Bagadya, Bunyawa, Athwa, Wayakudash, Ath, Aharon, Ath, Bagadyawa, Wa'ath, Bunyawa, Wa'ath, Bagadya, Bunyawa, Athwa. And that's it on that. Slap it up. All right, Salaki, get some water. All right, let's go ahead and get into it. This is Leviticus chapter 8, verse 24. And he brought Aaron's sons, and Moses put up the blood upon the tip of their right ear, and upon the thumbs of their right hands, and upon the great toes of their right feet. And Moses sprinkled the blood upon the altar round about. Now, again, I have mentioned this before, right? A lot of people are going to read the last couple of chapters that we have dived into within the last couple of weeks to a month ago, right? And people are going to think that this is some type of mystical, magical type of ritual. What's happening here is that Aaron and his sons are being blessed by the Lord to become these priests. All right? Because once again, in order to do the work of the Lord, you have to be chosen to do it. You have to be ordained. You have to have this, you have to have this blessing from the Most High. All right, so to speak. So you have to be ordained. The Most High has to approve. Not just any old body can go ahead and just call themselves a priest or a prophet, an officer, a captain, a general. You can't do that. You have to have somebody that raises you up through the spirit of the Most High. And this is what's happening with Moses, having this feast and blessing Aaron and his sons. All right. Verse 25. And he took the fat and the rump and all the fat that was upon the inwards and the caul above the liver and the 2 kidneys and their fats and the right shoulder. Verse 26. And out of the basket of unleavened bread that was before the Lord, he took 1 unleavened cake and a cake of oiled bread and 1 wafer and put them on the fat and upon the right shoulder. So meaning that he's laying out this food. All right, he's laying out this food right next to each other. Verse 27, and he put all upon Aaron's hands and upon his son's hands and waved them for a wave offering before the Lord. Meaning that everything that, all the food that was just listed in verse 26, all the way to 27, right? These foods are for Aaron and his sons, all right? This is the offering for them. This is the feast. This is the food offering for Aaron and his sons that are becoming priests, that are being ordained by the Lord, by the Most High. Okay, let me see. Verse 28. And Moses took them from off their hands and burnt them on the altar upon the burnt offering. They were consecrations for a sweet savor. It is an offering made by fire unto the Lord, meaning that this is cooked. This is food. This is something that's going to be devoured. For a sweet savior means something that's going to be eaten. All right, verse 29. And Moses took the breast and waved it for a wave offering before the Lord. For of the ram of consecration, it was Moses, part as the Lord commanded Moses. Verse 30. And Moses took of the anointing oil and of the blood which was upon the altar and sprinkled it upon Aaron and upon his garments, and upon his sons, and upon his sons' garments with him, and sanctified Aaron and his garments, and his sons garments with him. So once again, this oil, this anointing oil is the blessing, is a part of the ceremony of, getting raised up, getting a promotion. This is part of the ceremony where, now this is Aaron, not Aaron being just a regular person, but now being at a higher status of serving the Lord, which is being a priest. Now he's able to do, all types of works in the name of the Most High, right? So this oil, the food, this is all a celebration, a ceremony for this special occasion, which is the work of the Lord, being given, the authority, the responsibility given to a man and his sons. This is what we see all the time in the ISUPK. When a brother or a sister gets a name, when a brother gets raised up to a higher rank, when a sister gets her, her flowers, gets her gifts for all the work that she has constantly been doing. It doesn't just stop with a sister when she gets her name. A sister can always get recognized based on the work that she puts in, just like a brother as well. All right. Let's go back into the Hebrew. Let's see. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. All right. Let's get back to it. This is Leviticus chapter 8, verse 31. Vayamar, Mashah, Haran, Wa'al, Banyawa, Washawa, Habashar, Patha, Ahol, Mawa'ai, Washam, Thakawa, Afwa, Wa'af, Halakam, Ashar, Basal, Hamalayum, Kashar, Tazawayafwa. No, Salaki. Tazawafya. Lamar. Aharan. Wabanyua. Yaakov. Verse 32. Wait. Wahana Wathar. Babashar. Babashar. Wabalakam. Ba'ash. Basharakwa. Verse 33. Wamakathak. Ahol. Mawa'ai. La'ah. Taza'awa, Shabayah, Yum, Yawam, Mala'af, Yamya, Mala'ayakam, Mala'ayakam, Kaya, Shabayah, Yam, Yamla'ah, Yatkam, verse 34, Kashar, Aisha, Vayawam, Hazah, Tazawa, Yahweh, La Asha, La Kapar, Al Yakum, verse 35, Yapathak, Ahol, Mawa'ai, the Shapwa, Yawamam, Walaya, Shabayah, Yum, Washamaratham, Mashamarath, Yahweh, Wala'ah, Thamawafwa, Kaya, Kun, Tazawa'athia, verse 36, Waya'ash, Aharan, Wabanyawa, Kol, Hadabarium, Ashar, Tazawa, Tazawa, Yahweh, Bayad, Mashah, Leviticus chapter 9, verse 1. Wayahaya, Vayawam. Oh, it's like Hashemayanya. Quara'a, Masha, Laharan, Walabanyawa. Waglazaquanya, Yasha'ala. And that's it on that. Clap it up. All right. All right, let's finish off chapter 8. Leviticus chapter 8, verse 31. And Moses said unto Aaron and to his sons, boil the flesh at the door of the tabernacle of the congregation, and there eat it with the bread that is in the basket of consecrations, as I commanded, saying, Aaron and his sons shall eat it. So now this is the part where they are about to feast. So Aaron is, ordering, Aaron and his sons, now you guys can go ahead and eat. All right. So boil the flesh at the door of the tabernacle, meaning cook the food, and you now can, start eating and feasting. So go ahead and help yourself. All right. Verse 32. And that which remaineth of the flesh and of the bread shall ye burn with fire. Verse 33. And ye shall not go out of the door of the tabernacle of the congregation in 7 days, until the days of your consecration be at an end. For 7 days shall he consecrate you. Now the word consecrate again. Let me see. Consecrate. Give me 1 second. I forget what consecrate means. Right, consecrate means, let me see. Give me 1 moment. So it says consecrate means to induct a person into a permanent office with a religious rite, to ordain to the office of bishop. So pretty much what this is saying, to consecrate, meaning that a part of the deal is like for example, right? In the same book, when it comes to the laws of quarantine, right? So like if you are unclean, you have, like, if you go to a funeral and you are in the presence of a dead body, you are unclean for 7 days. So you have to separate yourself for a time. So I'm not saying that Aaron and his sons are unclean at this time, but it is a time for them to, allow this feast, allow this offering to last, to go on for, which is 7 days. And that's the rules for Aaron and his sons with this particular offering. Now, there's many different offerings. You have sin offerings, you have peace offerings, so on and so forth, right? But with this particular one, in order for everything to be, established, to be celebrated, or the ceremonies to be correct, it's 7 days. All right, 7 days that he has to consecrate after feasting. Okay. It's the same thing with, once again, what you're going to find in this book. You're going to find the high holy days and holy convocations and the rules of how we celebrate them as well. All right. Because it's not always just 1 day. It could be more than just that. All right. Verse 34. As he hath done this day, so the Lord hath commanded to do, to make an atonement for you. Verse 35. Therefore shall ye abide at the door of the tabernacle of the congregation day and night 7 days, and keep the charge of the Lord, that ye die not, for so I am commanded. Verse 36. So Aaron and his sons did all things which the Lord commanded by the hand of Moses. Leviticus chapter 9, verse 1. And it came to pass on the 8th day that Moses called Aaron and his sons and the elders of Israel. Now let's stop there. We are going to go back here to the Hebrew, all right? All right. Salaki, y'all bear with me. Most high Christ. All right, super. Okay. All right. Okay. All right, let's get back to it. So in the Hebrew, Leviticus chapter 9, verse 2. Wayamar, Al, Aharon, Kwak, Lak, Agol, Bun, Bakwar, Lakatath. So what are y'all? Lila. Thamamum. Thamayamum. Wahakara. Lapanya. Yahweh. Verse 3. Wa'al. Banya. Yasha'ala. Thadabar. Lamar. Kwakwa. Shayar. Isaiam. Yeah, Isaiam. La Kata'ath. What I go. What Kabash. Banya. Shana. Tayamamam. So like Tamayamam. Lila. Verse 4. What Shawar? What Ayol? La Shalamim. La Zabak. La Panya. Yahweh. Wa Manaka. Wa Manaka. Balawala. Bashaman. Kaya. Hayawam. Yahweh. Nara'ah. Alayakam. Verse 5. Wayakwakwa. Ashar. Tazawa. Masha. Panya. Ahol. Mawa'ai. Wayakarapwa. Kol. Ha'ida. Wayamatwa. Lapanya. Yahweh. Verse 6. Wayamar. Masha. Za. Hadabar. Ashar. Tazawa. Yahweh. Ta'ashwa. Wayara'ah. Ayakam. Kabawa. Yahweh. Verse 7. Wayamar. Masha. Aharon. Karab. Hamazabak. Wa'asha. Kata Athat. Wa'ath. Athat. Wakapar. Salakia, you see here. Bayadak. Waba'ai. Ha'aim. Wa'asha. Karaban. Ha'aim. Wakapar. Bayadam. Ka'ashar. Tazawa. Yahweh. Verse 8, last verse. Wayakara. Aharon. Hamazabak. Wayashakat. Agol. Hakata'ath. Ashar. Lawa. And that's it on that. Clap it up. Leviticus chapter 9, verse 2. And he said unto Aaron, take thee a young calf for a sin offering, and a ram for a burnt offering, without blemish, and offer them before the Lord. Verse 3. And until the children of Israel thou shalt speak, saying, take ye a kid of the goats for a sin offering, and a calf of a lamb, both of the first year, without blemish, for a burnt offering. Verse 4. Also a bullock and a ram for peace offering to sacrifice before the Lord, and a meat offering mingled with oil, for today the Lord will appear unto you. Now, let's stop right there real quick. I just read 3 verses, and we have a sin offering, a burnt offering, and a meat offering, and a peace offering. We have, once again, I didn't mention, we have different offerings when it comes to the Lord. Every time that you sacrifice an animal at this time wasn't always for a purpose to atone for your sins. You can also sacrifice animals for, something that is glorious, like what's happening with Aaron and his sons, with them being blessed, with them, being anointed and given the ordainedship of being priests. Okay? Because once again, remember what book we are in. This is the book of the law, which is the book of Leviticus, which is the Levitical priesthood that we are slowly diving into. Okay? Because at one point in time, the Levites were the ones who held the title of being the priests, who had the Levitical priesthood. But now today, because of, our forefathers and, the king of Melchizedek, now any tribe can be priests. All right. There are 12 tribes of Israel that are now priests and prophets. Like in the ISUK, when we say that, I'm priest and officer, or I'm priest and captain, or I'm priest and general so-and-so, and you see all these brothers that are, that are look-alike, similar, but we are different tribes, but under the same nation. All right. Because now, not only are the Levites priests, but now you have Judah, you got Benjamin, all right, you got the so-called African Americans, you have the brothers who are Jamaican, you have Issacharites who are the Mexicans, you have Manasseh who are the Cubans, you have all these brothers and sisters, you have Gad, the so-called Native Indians, who are now priests of the Lord, all right. And we did speak about that in one of those Tuesday classes as well, just a few weeks ago. All right. Every Tuesday, by the way, is brotherhood class. So let's keep going. Verse 5. And they brought that which Moses commanded, and before the tabernacle of the congregation, and all the congregation drew near and stood before the Lord. Now, also too, what's very important about this, right? At the very top of this chapter, chapter 9 of Leviticus, there's always an audience, all right, of any book. And the audience is going to be who? Israel. So when it talks about the congregation, it's speaking about the Israelites. Let's keep going. Verse 6. And Moses said, this is the thing which the Lord commanded that ye should do, and the glory of the Lord shall appear unto you. So, of course, all the things that Moses has commanded and everybody is doing, the congregation, the people of the tabernacle are watching and seeing what is being done. As far as Aaron and his sons, these offerings, these feasts, the oil being poured on the head, the garments, the headpiece. All right. Let's see. Verse 7. And Moses said unto Aaron, go unto the altar and offer thy sin offering and thy burnt offering, and make an atonement for thyself and for the people, and offer the offering of the people, and make an atonement for them, as the Lord commanded. So not only is this for Aaron and his sons, but these offerings are also for the people that are in the tabernacle, the Israelites, all right, to bless them, of course. And how it says that the Most High is going to appear unto them, understand that when 2 or more are in the name of the Most High, he is in the midst. He is there, meaning that his spirit, he is watching, he is seeing, he is observing what is being done in his representation, in his image, all right, in his name, okay? In his in his representation, in his honor, he's starting to see that, okay, these men, these women, these children are doing all of this in my name, all right? And not into the name of white Jesus, not to Allah, not Muhammad, not to anybody but Yahweh, all right? All right. Let's see. Verse 8. Aaron therefore went unto the altar and slew the calf of the sin offering, which was for himself. So, all right, let's stop right there and let's get back to the Hebrew. Okay. All right, let's keep it going. All right. Leviticus chapter 9, verse 9. Vaya Parakwa, Bunya, Aharon, Hadam, Alyua, Vaya Tabal, Tazabaywa, Badam, Vayathan, Karab, Nawath, Hamazabat, Wa'ath, Hadam, Yatazak, Yasawad, Hamazabat, verse 10, Wa'ath, Hakalab, Wa'ath, Hakoyeth, Wa'ath, Hayatharath, Man, Hakabad, Man, Hakata'ath, Hakwatiyar, Hamaza Bakah, Kashar, Tazawah, Yahweh, Mashah, verse 11, Wa'ath, Habashar, Wa'ath, Ha'awar, Sharak, Sharak, Ba'ash, Makawataza, Lamakana, verse 12, Waya Shakat, Ha'ala, Waya Mataza'awa, Banya, Aharon, Alyua, Hadam, Waya Zerakwa, Hamazabat, Sabayah, verse 13, Wa'ath, Ha'ala, Matazayawa, Alyua, Lanathia, Wa'ath, Hara'ash, Waya Qatar, Waya Qatar, Hamazabat, verse 14, Waya Rakataza, Hakara, Wa'ath, Hakarayim, Waya Qatar, Ha'ala, Hamazabaka, verse 15, last verse, Waya Kara, Karaban, Aham, Ha'aim, Salaki, Waya Kwak, Shayar, Salaki, Sha'ayar, Hakata'ath, Ashar, La'im, Waya Shekatwa, Waya Kata'awa, Kara'ashwan. And that's it on that. Let's clap it up. All right. Let's get back to the English. Leviticus chapter 9, verse 9. And the sons of Aaron brought the blood unto him, and he dipped his finger in the blood and put it upon the horns of the altar, and poured out the blood at the bottom of the altar. Verse 10. But the fat and the kidneys and the caul above the liver of the sin offering he burnt upon the altar, as the Lord commanded Moses. 11. And the flesh and the hide he burnt with fire without the camp. 12. And he slew the burnt offering, and Aaron's sons presented unto him the blood, which he sprinkled round about upon the altar. 13. And they presented the burnt offering unto him with the pieces thereof and the head, and he burnt them upon the altar. Verse 14. And he did wash the inwards and the legs, and burnt them upon the burnt offering of the altar. 15. And he brought the people's offering, and took the goat, which was a sin offering for the people, and slew it, and offered it for sin as the first. All right. So now, once again, the sacrifices that are being made on the altar is for Aaron and his sons, and then for the people. All right. Let's keep going. Okay. Let's go back into Hebrew. That was pretty self-explanatory. All right. All right. Leviticus chapter 9, verse 16. Waya Karab, Ath, Ha'ila, Waya Aisha, Kamashapat. Verse 17. Waya Karab, Ath, Ha Manaka, Waya Mala'a, Kakwa, Mamana, Waya Qatar, Al, Hamazabat, Malabad, Ailath, Habaquar. Verse 18. Waya Shakat, Af, Hashawar, Wa'ath, Ha'ayol, Zabat, Hashalamyam, Ashar, La'im, Waya Mataza'awa, Banya, Aharan, Ha'adam, Alyuwa, Waya Zerakwa, Al, Ha'mazabak, Sabayah. Verse 19. Wa'af, Hakalabium, Man, Hashawar, Waman, Ha'ayol, Ha'alaya, Wahamakasa, Wahakayath, Wahakayath, Wayatharath, Hakabad. Verse 20. Wayashayamwa, Hakalabium, Al, Hakazawa, Waya Qatar, Hakalabium, Hamazabaka. Verse 21. Wa'ath, Hakazawa, Wa'ath, Shawat, Hayamyan, Hanayat, Aharon, Tanawapa, Lapanya, Yahweh, Kashar, Tazawa, Mashah. Verse 22, last verse. Wayasha'a, Aharan, Ath, Yatwa, Al, Ha'im, Waya Barakam, Waya Barakam, Waya Rad, Maya Shath, Hakata'ath, Waha'elah, Wahashalamia. And that's it on that. Let's clap it up. Let's get back to it. Leviticus chapter 9, verse 16. And he brought the burnt offering and offered it according to the manner. 17. And he brought the meat offering and took an handful thereof and burnt it upon the altar beside the burnt sacrifice of the morning. Verse 18. He slew also the bullock and the ram for a sacrifice of peace offerings, which was for Salaki. Okay. Salaki. He slew also the bullock and the ram for a sacrifice of peace offerings, which was for the people. And Aaron's sons presented unto him the blood which he sprinkled upon the altar round about. 19. And the fat of the bullock and of the ram, and the rump, and that which covereth the inwards, and the kidneys and the caul above the liver. 20. And they put the fat upon the breast, and he burnt the fat upon the altar. 21. And the breast and the right shoulder Aaron waved for a wave offering before the Lord, as Moses commanded. 22. And Aaron lifted up his hand toward the people and blessed them, and came down from offering of the sin offerings and the burnt offerings and peace offerings. So once again, all these offerings that they are gathering together, Aaron and his sons, as Moses commanded, it's being offered to him and to the people. And he's giving it to the people and blessing them as well. All right. Let's keep going. We're going to go on to the next chapter. Let's get Leviticus chapter 9, verse 23. Shalak, y'all give me 1 second here. All right. Leviticus chapter 9, verse 23. Wayaba'a, Mashah, Waharan, Al, Ahol, Wawa'ai, Wayataza'awa, Waya Barakwa, Ha'aim, Wayara'a, Kabawa, Yahweh, Al, Kal, Ha'aim. Verse 24. Watataza'a, Salaki. Salaki, goddamn. Watataza'a, Ash, Malapanya, Yahweh, Wathakol, Al, Ha-Mazabak, Ath, Ha-Ilah, Wa'ath, Ha-Kalabium, Wayara'a, Kol, Ha'aim, Waya Runwa, Waya Pawa, Al, Hanyahum, verse chapter 10, verse 1. Waya Kwakwa, Bunya, Aharon, Nadab, Baya Hawa'a, Ayash, Makathakwa, Wayathanwa, Bahan, Ash, Wayashamwa, Wayashamwa, Alya, Quatarath, Wayakarabwa, Lapanya, Yahweh, Ash, Zerah, Ashar, La'ah, Tazawah, Atham, verse 2. Watha Taza'ah, Ash, Malapanya, Yahweh, Watha Kol, Awatham, Waya Mathwa, Lapanya, Yahweh. Verse 3. Waya Amar, Mashah, Al, Aharon, Hawa'ah, Ashar, Dabar, Yahweh, La'amar, Bakarabwa, Bakarabia, Salaki, Akadash, Wa'al, Punya, Kol, Ha'im, Akabad, Wayadam, Aharon. Verse 4. Waya Kwara'a, Mashah, Al, Maya Sha'al, Wa'al, Al Tazapan, Banya, Isaiah all, Dad, Aharon, Waya Amar, Alaham, Karabwa, Sha'awa, Af, Akikam, Ma'af, Panya, Hakadash, Al, Makawataza, La Makana, verse 5. Waya Karabwa, Waya Sha'am, Shalaki, 1 second, tongue twisting. Ba, ka, na. Shalaki. Bakath, the thumb. There we go. Al. Makawataza. La Makana. Kashar, Dabar, Mashah, and that's it on that. All right, let's clap it up. All right. All right, this is Leviticus chapter 9, verse 23. And Moses and Aaron went into the tabernacle of the congregation and came out and blessed the people. And the glory of the Lord appeared unto all the people. Verse 24. And there came a fire out from before the Lord, and consumed upon the altar the burnt offering and the fat, which when all the people saw, they shouted and fell on their faces. So let me read that one more time. And there came a fire out from before the Lord, and consumed upon the altar and the burnt offering and the fat, which when all the people saw, they shouted and fell on their faces. Okay? So because of all of this amazing work that was being done and these offerings were happening, so what's happening is once all the things that the Most High commanded Moses to do, which of course the Most High was not directly speaking to Moses, but there was somebody in his place in order to speak to Moses as far as what he needed to do. Like the Most High has messengers, all right? He has many, many messengers, and the message was delivered to Moses on what to do this day, and he did it. And because of that, the Most High was in the same place as these people in the tabernacle. meaning the Most High was present and he appeared and he showed his work. He showed himself through his work, through his glory of what was happening with the orders that was given to Moses and Aaron. All right. So because of that, the people were astonished, so to speak, and they shouted and fell on their faces. Chapter 10, verse 1. And Nadab and Abihu, the sons of Aaron, took either of them his censer, and put fire therein, and put incense therein, and offer strange fire before the Lord, which he commanded them not. Verse 2. And there went out fire from the Lord and devoured them, and they died before the Lord. Let's read that again. Let's read verse 1. And Nadab and Abihu, the sons of Aaron, took either of them his censer and put fire therein, and put incense therein, and offered strange fire before the Lord, which he commanded them not. Right? So listen very closely. They offered something to the Lord that was not commanded of them to offer. All right? So because of this, they were unalive. And there went out fire from the Lord and devoured them, and they died before the Lord. Verse 3. Then Moses said unto Aaron, this is it that the Lord spake, saying, I will be sanctified in them that come nigh me, and before all the people I will be glorified. And Aaron held his peace. That's heavy. I read it again. Then Moses said unto Aaron, this is it that the Lord spake, saying, I will be sanctified in them that come nigh me, so near me, and before all the people I will be glorified. And Aaron held his peace. Verse 4. And Moses called Mishael and Elzaphan, the sons of Uzziel, the uncle of Aaron, and said unto them, come near, carry your brethren from before the sanctuary out of the camp. Verse 5. So they went near and carried them and their coats out of the camp, as Moses has said. Let's keep going. All right, so now we're going to the last 7, which is verses 6 through 12. And I'm just saying that too. I am going to dive into this more next week, Lord allow, all right? But let's get back into the Hebrew. Leviticus chapter 10, verse 6. Waya Amar, Mashah, Aharon, Laizar. Wa La'izar. Wa La'ai. Yes, Thamar. Wa La'aya Thamar. Ban Yawa. Ra'ashikam. Taparawa. Wa Bagat Yakam. La'a. The part, so I can. Taparamwa. Wala'a. Tamakwa. Wa'al. Call. Ha'ida. Yakwataza. Wa'ak yakam. Call. Bayath, Yasha'ala, Yabakwa, Hasharapah, Ashar, Sharak, Yahweh. Verse 7. Wamapathak, Ahom, Mawa'ai, La'a, Latazawa. That's Iowa. Pun. Thamakwa. Kaya. Shaman. Mashakath. Yahweh. Ayakam. Waya Aishawa. Kadabar. Mashah. Verse 8. Wayadabar, Yahweh, Al, Aharon, La'amar, verse 9. Wayan. Oh, sorry. Yayan. Washakar. The Shah. Atha. Wabanya. Athak. Babakam. Ahor. Mawa'ai. Wala'a. The Mathwa. Kakwat. Al Yuwan. Slaki. I Walam. Ladarath Yakam. Verse 10. Wallah Habadoyo. Slaki. Wallah Habadoyo. Wallah Habadoyo. Bayan Hakadash. Wabayan. Hakol. Wabayan. Hakatama. Slaki. Hakatama'a. Wabayan. Hata'awar. Hata'awar. Slaki. Verse 11. Wallaha Wara. Ath. Vanya. Yasha'ala. Ath. Kol. Hakwakim. Ashar. Dabar. Yahweh. Alahayim. Bayad. Mashah. Verse 12. Last verse. Wayadabar. Mashah. Aharan. Wa'al. Ala-Izar. Wa'al. Ayathamar. Banyawa. Hanawathari. Kwakwa. Ath. Hamanaka. Hanawatharath. Ma'ashwa. Yahweh. Wa'kawa. Matazawath. Atazal. Hamathabat. Tiyah. Kodashim. Hawa'ah. And that's it on everything. Let's finish it off. Leviticus, slap it up. Leviticus chapter 10, verse 6. And Moses said unto Aaron and unto Eleazar and unto Ithamar, his sons, uncover not your heads, neither rend your clothes, lest ye die, and lest wrath come upon all the people. But let your brethren, the whole house of Israel, bewail the burning which the Lord hath kindled. Verse 7. And ye shall not go out from the door of the tabernacle of the congregation, lest ye die, for the anointing oil of the Lord is upon you. And they did according to the word of Moses. Verse 8. And the Lord spake unto Aaron, saying, Verse 9. Do not drink wine nor strong drink, thou nor thy sons with thee, when ye go into the tabernacle of the congregation, lest ye die. It shall be a statute forever throughout your generations. 10. And that ye may put difference between holy and unholy, and between unclean and clean. 11. And that ye may teach the children of Israel all the statutes which the Lord has spoken unto them by the hand of Moses. 12. And Moses spake unto Aaron and unto Eleazar and unto Ithamar his sons that were left. Take the meat offering that remaineth of the offering of the Lord made by fire, and eat it without leaven besides the altar, for it is most holy. All right. So So of course, Aaron had some sons that were unalived, because what you see is the Most High has spoken. He had got rid of what is unclean in that temple, and all those that remained were the things that were clean, and it was a example to show that this will happen to you if you do not serve the Lord, if you do not be the thing that is clean. Being clean just simply means that you are keeping the law. You are doing the thing that is lawful, that is absolutely right, that is righteous, so to speak. And that's what we do in the UPK, because if you do not do the thing that is righteous or right, what you're going to see happen is that you're going to be spit out. You're going to be kicked out. You're going to be punished. You're going to be fined. You're going to be held accountable. And the Most High shows mercy. And of course, we have mercy in the UPK. But down the line, if you don't get your act right, eventually the Lord is just going to not give you that mercy. And not having mercy doesn't always mean death. But I mean, do you want to stick around to find out? That's the question. I wouldn't want to stick around to find out. I would want to be on the side of the Most High, where I know that I'm going to be secured and protected by doing what He says to do. I don't have to second guess it. All right. So, also too, when it talks about do not drink wine and strong drink with like whether it be you or with your sons, it is talking about for a time. At this time right now, don't do it, because it is lawful to drink. It's very much lawful. It is not a sin. It only becomes a sin when you abuse it, just like anything. That's lawful. All right. If you abuse it and it changes your behavior to the point where you are sinning and you are constantly just an alcoholic, just drinking all the time, you're not doing nothing in moderation, then it becomes an issue or a problem. Because Christ drunk, who was a man without sin, other people in the Bible had drunk. All right. Like this right here reminds me of when Ezekiel's wife had, when the Most High had unalived Ezekiel's wife. And the Most High had told Ezekiel what he should not do and what he should do. It reminds me of the same scenario when it talks about Aaron and his sons that are left, what he should and should not do at this point in time, which is not drink, and that he should continue to feast. Don't rip your clothes. Don't rip your clothes in the state of mourning. The same thing that Ezekiel was told. Don't cry. Get to work. I mean, the Most High is gangster, man. The Most High is absolutely a gangster. Like, he is hardcore. And I pray you don't really find out, but a lot of you will have to find out in order to understand that when it comes to serving the Most High, there is rules to everything in life. And if you do not serve him, if you are a so-called Black, Hispanic, or Native Indian, then you are going to F around to find out that you have been living your life completely, absolutely wrong this entire time that you've been here. But now it's time to get yourself back in order. It's time to get back to the basics, back to the blueprint. All right? It's time to come back home. Instead of being in a Christian church, instead of being in the military, instead of being in all religions that are known to man, it's time to get back to the culture, to the traditions, to the knowledge, to the truth, to law, statutes, and commandments, which religions does not have. The military does not have. There's no morality anywhere else but in the sanctuary called the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. So with that being said, I imagine, which means to stand. All right. All right, let's get back to the prayers. All right. All right, let's get into the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. So I imagine we're finding out Dam, which means to face the east. This is the Hebrew for the Lord's Prayer. Abanawi, Shabbat Shemayim, Kodash, Hayah, Shakah, Yahweh, Malak Rakta, Dawa'at, Rakzaka, Hayah, Aisha, Barakazah, Kawa, Hayah, Bashamayim, Utalanawa, Lakam, Call, Yawam, Wasalakanawa, Kawawaknawa, Kasalaknawa, Kawawak Yanawa, Wala'a, Dawa'anawa, Wanasayawan, Abal, Hawashinawa, Mayan, Ra, Kayala, Ka, Hamalakwa, Wa'ala, Wakapara, La Awalamim, Aman. In English, our Father which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, Yahweh. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us of our debts as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom and the power and the glory forever, so be it. Amen. The power in Hebrew. Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua, Baruch Hashem, Nathan the Lord Ba'ah. Call Makala, call Madawa, Ka, Batahar, Hamatazari, Ka, Hakim, Hamati, Ka, Arakawak, Hatama Allah, the Darshan, Bashim Yahushua, the Wada Aman, the power in English, Yahweh, in the name of Yahushua, please give us the power to heal all manner of sickness and all manner of disease, the power to cleanse the lepers, the power to raise the dead, the power against unclean spirits, to cast them out, in the name of Yahushua, thank you, so be it. Bless Israel in the Hebrew. Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua, Barak Lanawa, Wayasha Allah, Wahabayah Sapari, Barak by Hashem Yahushua, the Wada Aman. Bless Israel in the English. What would you say it was? Lord, in the name of Yahushua, bless us in Israel and the school. In the name of Yahushua, thank you, so be it. Psalms 121. In the Hebrew, Asha'a, Ayanya, Aharia, Ma'ayan, Yaba'a, Azaria, Ma'ayin, Yahweh, Aisha, Shemayim, Wa'arakasa, Ayathan, Lamawats, Regoka, Ayanawam, Shemarka, Hana, La'a, Yanawam, Wala'a, Yayashan, Shawamar, Yasha'ala, Yahweh, Shemarka, Yahweh, Tazalka, Ayah, Yamyaka, Yawamam, Hashemas, La'a, Yakak, Wayarak, Walayala, Yahweh, Yashamarka, Makarai, Yashamar, Afkabashka, Yahweh, Yashamar, Taza'atka, Wabawakta, Mayatha, Wa'ai, Awalam. Psalms 121 in the English. I will lift up my eyes unto the hills, from whence cometh my help. My help cometh from the Lord, which made heaven and earth. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. Behold, he that keepeth Yasha Allah shall neither slumber nor sleep. The Lord is thy keeper. The Lord is thy shade upon thy right hand. The sun shall not smite thee by day, nor the moon by night. The Lord shall preserve thee from all evil. He shall preserve thy soul. The Lord shall preserve thy going out and thy coming in, for this time forth and even forevermore. Psalms 83 in the Hebrew. Alahayim, Adam Yalaka, Atakarach, Wa'al Tashakwa, All Kayahana, Arabika, Yahama Yuan, Ra'ash, Al Amaka, Yarayam, Sawada, Wayataya Tasawa, Al Tazapawanyaka, Amara, Lakawat, Munakakidan, Magoya, Walaaya Sakar, Shamya Sha'ala, Iwada, Kaya, Nawatazawa, Laba, Yakadu, Auyaka, Arayak, Yakarafa, Ahoya, Adawam, Waya Shama Aliyam, Wawaaba, Wagarden, Labal, Waimawan, Waimalak, Halashat, Am Yashabia, Tazawar, Gam Ashawar, Nalawa, Imam, Hayawa, Zerai, Labanya Lawat, Salah, Ashalaham, Kabadian, Kasayasa Ra'a, Kayabian Vanakor, Payashwan, Nashamatla, Bayanda Aura, Hayawa, Daman, La'adama, Shethamba, Nada, Ya Mawa, Kaira, Kazabak, Kazazor Manai, Kwanasir Kamwa, Ashar, Amara, Narasha, Lanawa, Naawa, Alahayim, Alahaya, Shethamba, Kagoda, Kapas, Kapanya Raka, Ka'ash, Kabiria Ira, Wa Kalaba, Balahat, Hari, Khan, Dardatma, Rasarika, Wabasa Wapaka, Dalaham, Mala'a, Panyaham, Palawan, Wayapapashwa, Shaka, Yahweh, Yabashwa, Wayapahova, Ayai, Wayapaparawa, Wayapabadna, Wayagaiwa, Kaya Atha, Shaka, Yahweh, Labaka, Aliwan, Al Kaharakaza. In the English, keep not thy silence, O Yahweh. Hold not thy peace and be not still, O Yahweh. For lo, thy enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, come, and let us cut them off for being a nation, that the name of Yashar'Allah may be no more in remembrance. For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee. The tabernacles of Edom, and the Ishmaelites, of Moab, and the Hagarenes, the Baal, and Ammon, and Amalek, the Philistines, the inhabitants of Tyre. Ashur is also joined with them. They have hoped for the children of Lot, Salah. Do unto them as unto the Midianites, as to Sisera, as to Jabin, as the purple Kisan, which appears at Endor. They became as dung for the earth, making the nobles like a rib, and like Zeb, yea, all the princes as Abba, and as Zimuna, who said, let us take to ourselves the house of Yahweh in possession. O my power, make them like a wheel, as the stubble before the wind, as the fire burneth the wood, and as the flames of the mountains on fire. So persecute them with thy tempest, and make them afraid with thy sword. Fill the faces with shame, that they may seek thy name, O Lord. Let them be confounded and troubled forever, yea. Let them be put to shame and perish, that men may know that thou, whose name alone is Yahweh, art the most high over all the earth. Blessed are you, Yahweh, King of heaven and earth, and all things living. Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai, listen to us now, right now, to the evils and curses and punishment and destruction, to the heathen that speak against us, thy prophets, the teachers, the princes, the priests, the Israelite brothers, and the school, to evils and curses and punishment and destruction, to the heathen, and shake loose the treasure of the rich of Israel, that refuse to give to the school, force the riches to enter thy sanctuary, to evils and curses and punishment and destruction, to the Edomites, and the nations and their drug dealers, the court system, the prison system, Planned Parenthood, all the governments of our enemies, Amalek synagogues and armies, Roman Catholic Church, the Pope, Islam, Christianity, Egyptology, militia, Ku Klux Klan, Aryan Nation, skinheads, Kamatazi, the gay movement, the lesbian movement, spies, works in witchcraft, that is space program, Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, Wall Street, open up the internet and the airways, the cable access channels, and radio channels, convict the spirit of any of thy people that seek to stop us, and bring swift destruction to all the heathen that stand in the way, or try to stop us from broadcast your words throughout the planet Earth, that loose all the plagues, cause to go to and fro through the earth and consume them. Let the plague shake the house of the thief and the murderer. Let Yahweh Shai, Michael, and Gabriel come down the flying saucers and punish all the heathens that come up against us as we speak thy word. Cause it to be known by all that it is the angels that have done it. Cause it to be spread through the media, throughout the whole world. Cause them to shake at thy coming. In the name of Yahweh Shai, thank you always, so be it. All right, sorry, it's Mr. Turn. All right. Courtesy salute. Men of Israel, my Shabbat, Imagine, Barak, Yahweh Hashem Shabbat, Yazmatah. All right, stars to the sisters. Courtesy salute for the sisters, men of Israel, my Shabbat, Imagine, Barak, Yahweh Shamar Alatah Bashem Yahushai, Yazmatah. Class dismissed. All right, shalom, Israel.